Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over the real definition for LifePath 5. So LifePath 5 is a interesting one in respects to most people have like a look of LifePath 5 that's all about traveling, moreover sex now, and just being overall attractive, which are definitely true attributes of the 5, but it definitely is a lot more in depth than that, especially when it comes to the 5's karmic lesson. So when we look at LifePath 5 from the Western Pythagorean perspective, we get something that's all about the 5 senses, how that's very enhanced. A lot of people don't even know that, and how it's all about like traveling and being very skilled at multiple faceted things. So a lot of people with 5 are very good at pretty much everything, and they have a hard time picking one thing to be consistently good at, or at least get to the top of their field when doing it. Having said that, the 5 in the Eastern context is a little bit different. The karmic lesson to start off with, no matter what type of compound number I'm about to go over, it means that you have to be detached from your 5 senses, like sight, smelling, hearing, taste, touch. All of these things, like, you have to eventually say, you know what? I appreciate these things. I like them. I can moderate them, but I won't get overwhelmed or overconsumed by them. And the reason this is a lesson for you guys is because you guys have, like I said prior, the very peculiar ability to feel your 5 senses at a more enhanced rate, which makes you guys more talented when it comes to athleticism at times, creative arts, even like when it comes to sales and marketing, politics. It's a broad range of things. Another big thing with the 5 is that 5 is better at communication verbally in comparison to the 3 that's good at communication in a written manner. So 5s can do things in a verbal manner that's actually very effective, and it makes people very much like get persuaded by them, or at least attracted to them when they speak. So 5 is very powerful when it comes to that. So let's go over a few of the compound numbers with the Chaldean life path number 5. So here we go. So we have 14 over 5, which is the first one. I very often go over this one in prior videos as well, and if you got a reading from, you might have a good idea of what I'm about to say already. The 14 over 5 is not considered a karmic debt in the Chaldean tablets. In the Chaldean tablets, it does have danger when it comes to the elements. It says that if you're a 14 over 5, you need to be careful in regards to being around water, and also when it comes to being hurt by any of the elements. So like storms, different things of this nature. So when you have this number, like I said, not a karmic debt, you have a very special ability to be a billionaire. This is one of the richest life path numbers, alongside 18 over 9, which I'll go over in another video. With the 14 over 5, you guys typically get rich through the spoken word. So that can be what I'm doing on YouTube. That can also be things like being a commentator, a news reporter, a singer, anything that uses the voice, very similar to Gemini. You guys can actually project your voice and make money. So even politics, that would count as well. The next thing is speculative marketing. So when you look at things like crypto, forex, stocks, commodities, bonds, options trading, all of these things fall under like speculative marketing, where you can actually just look at different markets and take advantage of that. So economics is something that's very strong for you guys. I mean, overall, for all the 5s, I've noticed it's very strong. And when even somebody has a 5 in their compound at all, it adds to their repertoire like a very good business acumen as a whole. So that's a very strong trait to have just in general. So it gives you guys a bit of a piece of leverage over other people when it comes to business as a whole. So the only downsides, like I said, to this number typically revolves around consistency, meaning that you guys will start something, get good at it, then not sort of see it through to completion. So be sure to do that. And also being too mutable or adaptable, meaning like your environment or the people around you, which is the same as your environment, can sort of change your sort of rational thought on things, meaning you'll overthink or overanalyze, or you'll just change your mind based off of somebody that you hold as important to you. If they don't like what you're doing, you'll just change it. So I understand you guys are the middle number between 1 and 9, so you guys want to get along with everybody. You guys are naturally able to get along with everybody, but focus less on being likable and more on being competent, and you'll find that you actually have a much easier time getting things done as a whole. The next one is 23 over 5. The 23 over 5 is considered like that MJ number. You guys know how that goes. 23 jersey numbers, they always do quite well, even in the NBA. Funny enough, that's a video that I've already done. I've covered why that is. The 23 over 5 is the royal star of the lion. When you have it as a life path, very powerful life path, it means that you have a karmic blessing in accordance with the Chaldean tablets. Very lucky. You'll meet very highly influential people in whatever niche market you enter into. Whether you be in a corporate situation, you'll meet the executive, the CEO. Somehow they'll just like you and want to meet you. If you're in a car dealership, you might meet like district managers, people that run the country for that company, CEOs once again. If you go into athleticism, let's say you get in the NBA, you'd meet like the head of the NBA. You just meet different execs wherever you go. So this gives you a good structure when it comes to entering anything and becoming the top of your field. It's a very powerful number, but lines run in prides. So understand that your networking ability is going to be conducive to how much success you have. So you just need to make sure that you're putting yourself out there and understand people are going to like you anyways. You have 2 and 3, the cooperative number with the group-oriented number with a communicative number of 5. You really can't go wrong there. There's actually very little wrong with this number. I don't mean to be biased towards it, but it's such a great number that if you consider it a karmic blessing, that you literally have to understand even karma is barely going to want to do anything to you during this lifetime. So a lot of criminals will have this number as well. Highly successful people, highly affluent, and then some spiritual gurus will. Some of these guys, especially in India, they'll have this number, they'll know about it, and they'll engage in certain things like sexual proclivity, things like that, but they're able to detach from it and then go back in the monastery and just chill out. So it's a very different type of number in that sense. What I would say is that don't overuse the fact that karma is not really getting to you too much. You might consider yourself lucky. People might already call you lucky. What you want to do is just make sure that you're, excuse me, fully taking advantage of the blessings you've received for this lifetime. Understand that you've done very good things in a prior life to actually earn this opportunity, but do not overuse your freedom of time to do negligent things, things that are going to harm other people, things that are immoral. And also make sure that you're being constructive with your time. So you're actually building something that's going to benefit you and possibly humanity as a whole if you can. But it doesn't have to benefit humanity, but at least benefit yourself and the people around you as a whole. That way you're using this karmic blessing in the appropriate way, and then you can ascend to the next level in your next reincarnation, or who knows, you can just break straight through, which is conversation for another day. Next one we have is 32/5. This is one of the most business structured life path numbers to have in general, not just with 5. 32/5 is about the 3 first, so social mobility, the 2 with cooperation, diplomacy, and then the 5. I'd say the 32 is almost a little bit more aggressive when it comes to business as a whole, not so much with fun. 23s will have a lot of fun. They want to be with somebody, be in relationships, etc. The 3 is more about commerce because the 3's first, and groups and networking and companies. A lot of import-export businesses are done by people that run with 32/5 as their life path or name number. And also things that are do with like digital marketing, anything to do with import-export physically, store management, meaning like they open their own stores. It's really like a merchandise sort of number. So these are the people that will sell you something of value and just get that in exchange, and that's how they get rich. So if you're a 32/5, like how I would be thinking is, what can I sell to get rich? Would it be a service that I can provide to people, or is it a product that I can literally give to people? It's as simple as that. Very lucky number as well. It's not the Rose Star, the Lion, but when it comes to business acumen and just overall luck with business, it's up there with the 14/5 and 18/9. I'm going to get into some other ones later on. I'm not going to ruin everything, but those life path numbers are very, very successful for entrepreneurship. Even the 23 is not as entrepreneurial as the 32. The 14 is pretty much with it on an equal manner. Next one and the final one is the 41/5. 41/5 is one of the strongest ones as well. Again, it goes on that list for sure when it comes to business acumen. Reason being, it should be obvious to you guys if you've watched enough of my videos, the 4 comes first. 4 is a very organized, very much that nitpicker. They like to see things in a certain way. They're not going to let anything go in astray at all. Then you have the 1, which means independent, self-assured, very confident. And then adding to 5, which means that they want their freedom. So again, if you have this number, if you work for a company, make sure that they're paying you based off of your skill set, maybe not like an hourly or salary wage, as that won't quite work for you. So the first thing that comes to mind for me would always be sales. But you can get into different positions as well within politics easily, and then independent entrepreneurship. I'd say you guys are more independent in your ventures in comparison to the 32, which can do like group partnership, like a group work that results in partnerships. Like that could even be like law firms, litigative purposes, whatever. But the 41 is all about like, I'll do it myself. Like you guys are your own administrator and then your own manager and CEO. Like you guys can do all of it yourself. You're a pretty well-rounded team based off of your self-sufficiency and your just natural self-assurity that you guys don't really need much people around you to get things done or see them through. So the only bad part about that one I would say is you guys oftentimes have a lot of family issues because that 4 is first. So you'll end up having issues where it comes to people maybe not seeing your vision, not agreeing with it. It doesn't really affect you guys. But don't get to a point where there are people that have good intentions for you, just being stubborn and sort of like disrespecting them in a sense of not hearing their opinion. I get you have to be hard-nosed and a bull to get things that you want in life. I'm totally behind that based off my own life path. But you have to also take into the people that have a love or respect for you, take their opinion, even if you have to respectfully decline it, at least hear them out. All right, so that does conclude my video for LifePath 5s, guys. If you have any questions for me whatsoever, just please leave in the comment section. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.